And for the train enthusiast in my audience, they're doing a rail switch. Just thought y'all might enjoy that a little bit. Mitchellville City Hall, just an empty metal building. Mitchellville Volunteer Fire Department, old auto repair, Mitchellville State Bank, established 1886. And this is what that other train was waiting on. Train's still sitting right there. Now the tracks are away. And there they go. There's the other train. They might not let me up in this thing because it's Homeland Security garbage too with this. Even though it's a train, some dummy could cause some problems for them. They're just sitting here idling. I don't know why. Not even anybody in the thing. See? Don't really see anybody around anywhere. Now, I've heard of them doing this before, sitting here idling them. But I'm trying to be cool about it and see if there's anybody in there, and I don't see a soul. I hollered at the open window and nothing. So basically it's sitting here empty, just idling away. Somebody probably came and got them, took them to dinner or something. What I can tell you about what I know of these, that big belly tank right there is for the fuel. Actually, it even says it's for the fuel. It's got 1,600 gallons, it says. Low fuel. Consist. Okay. Wondering if that means the other train. That's why it's not running, because it's low on fuel. Because they share the fuel between these. But these right here are the air tanks for them. They run the brakes and everything else on them. And I've had to take those axles apart, take the bearings off of them. It's only 3 bolts, but those things are on there torqued really hard. And And look at that stack of leaf springs. That's where they lift them up to take them apart and rebuild them. Put new bushings and everything else in them. Don't really get to get up close with these that often. You can see all in there. Cab mounts and everything. And there it gives you a little better idea how big the tank is. And basically where the CSX letters are from that vent all the way back, for the most part, is motor. Well, at least back to the end of the where the other vent starts. There's something else back here and I don't remember exactly what it is. I think the cooling system's back here. Yeah, that makes sense because there's fans up on top there. I think that's what keeps it cool. But yeah, pretty neat. And I guess somebody could survive if a train rolled over them, but you'd have to be laying down really, really flat. Figure maybe 6, possibly 8 inches underneath the front of the train and all the way back. If you could get past that belly pan for the fuel, you'd be alright. But what are the chances of you actually getting past all that? I mean, you'd have to be laying down really, really flat for that. Looks like this one's actually hit a few things too. No idea what, but anyway, well, there's another train coming. I don't know what they're coming for, but I'm gonna get my butt off these tracks. Ooh, he's moving along pretty good too. That's all their track working equipment there. All that is their the equipment that they work on the rails with. We see them out here all the time. Usually they're sitting right here. And right here is where they stop to do a lot of the staging for the work that they're going to do on the tracks this way and that way back towards my house. Very seldom do I get stopped at this crossing because I have no need to come across here, but occasionally I do. Anyway, that's our fun with trains for the day. Hope I don't get in trouble, but I didn't get up on the thing, so hopefully it won't be a big issue. Anybody can stand out beside a train. When I worked at the place where I tore the axles apart, we used to have a bigger engine than that actually push a bunch of rails. They called them the box cars that we put the wheels in that had to be just melted down and have them try again, was called a gondola. But we also had the flat rail cars that they put the the good axles on, the ones that were in close enough tolerances, that they'd roll them into our little shop in, and we'd take them off with a crane, and then we'd have separate little areas where they'd bust the bearings off. Oh, now they're moving. So there was somebody in there. Nice. Interesting. Well, that just goes to show you, sometimes you just don't know. But anyway, the shop that I worked in, we actually busted the bearings loose at the first stop for the axles and wheels, and then the next spot had a machine that actually busted the bearings loose, and they'd pull them off with a big old crane because they weighed about 500 or 600 pounds each, and then they'd set those down and roll the axle and wheels that were pressed together around to the station that I worked at. And I'd come over with 2 cables, throw one on each end of the axle, and hoist the thing up, put it on the press. There's a 200-ton press, and we'd basically push the axles off of basically push the wheels off of the axles with that. Of course, that was almost 20 years ago now, but what I can remember of that, the axles themselves were solid steel, and they weighed about 2,400 pounds. The larger wheels on the trains, the ones that they usually have on the box cars and such, were right at 1,500 pounds each. The smaller ones were around 900 pounds. I lifted a few of them myself and got griped out for doing something that could have got me hurt, but you know, that's kind of how I grew up, working, just doing what I could do with what I had. But anyway, that's pretty much my little train adventure for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. It's something different. I try to keep different things coming in here because the same old stuff just gets really super boring after a while. And I didn't want to get on here and just complain about things like some people do. Oh, a little update from my eBay fiasco with the batteries. The gentleman did tell me that it was not his batteries. He was selling them for somebody through his store, and he offered me a full refund, told me I didn't have to ship the batteries back, so I can basically take them and drop them off at the recycling center and not have to worry about it anymore. But I am supposed to be getting a full refund on that. I'll give you a little update when they actually posts it. But yeah, that one wound up working out okay. And I know this might be a little boring for some of you just listening to me talk and watching the sunset, but it is actually setting. I don't know if you can tell about it getting dimmer all of a sudden. I thank you guys for watching, and before I sit here for 30 minutes talking, I'll let you go for now. I thank you for watching, and you guys have a great day.